My name is Warren Maxey. I was born and raised in Vegas, and I've been to 38 states, and I hitchhiked 12 in the last 7 years, ever since I was homeless. My family asked me, what am I looking for? Why do I keep traveling? I just want to see the world. I don't want to leave my country, but I want to see my country. Witness new things, see new things.
Mi nombre es Marta Karina. Y soy homeless. Voy a cumplir 2 años de homeless. No ha sido nada fácil para mí. Los que creen que los homeless son basura o nos miran como basura, no es así.
Okay, so I hitchhiked from Washington down to here, and I fell in love with Martha, and been with her ever since. She kind of freaks me out, so, you know, in my defense, I would leave, and I would hitchhike back to Washington, leaving her alone, of course, because, you know, I'm tired of arguing. I don't want to argue, you know. It's one of those things I just don't want to argue. I don't fight with women, and I won't argue, you know. And my best defense is to just go. So, you know, I felt bad about that. I loved her so much that I hitchhiked back down here to her. And I did that twice.
Piensan que un homeless no vale la pena, que está roñoso, que apesta feo. Esas personas son ignorantes. Porque detrás de un homeless hay una historia.
You know, we're homeless, yeah, but, you know, we're not animals. We have our dignity in living. We have our hygiene, it's very clean. We take a shower right there in the park because they have a swimming pool. They have a aquatic center. Costs $1. If we need to use the restroom, we use the restroom in the park, or we drink the water from the park, you know. Yeah, we're alcoholics. I smoke weed. I'm a pothead, big one. I love it. You know, this is my life. That's it. I quit smoking cigarettes. You know, in the past I tried other drugs, but it's not me, you know. And, you know, I just changed my life that way, and this is who I am today.
Antes le tenía miedo a los animales, a los perros, a todo. Ahora, no. Ya me acostumbré a que una araña me pique, a que un animal. Solamente le pido a Dios que todo está en sus manos.
I'm a renegade. I like to live on the streets because it's a free world out here. You got your free soul. You're wandering around, and you can, you know, you can make up your own rules. You don't have nobody telling you nothing. You know, you live the way you want to live. And me, I like to choose smoking weed. And you can't do that living in a shelter. You can't drink alcohol living in a shelter. So.
Esa es la vida de un ser humano. Sobrevivir. Es sobrevivir. Y es duro. Unos son homeless porque quieren. Otros no, porque de verdad lo necesitamos.
I had epileptic seizures, the worst kind you can have. And I was having 2 or 3 a day sometimes. I would not remember sometimes a whole week. I wouldn't remember a whole week. It would take your memory away from you. When you have a seizure, you can't remember nothing. It's just one of those things. You just, you know.
Porque tenemos corazón. Tenemos corazón y tenemos la misma sangre. Y esto quería que hicieran hace mucho tiempo, de decir mis sentimientos, de decir así. Porque los homeless, yo tuve todo, pero los homeless fueron los que me enseñaron y los que me han enseñado a sobrevivir. Sí, ellos son. Y estas lágrimas no son de hipocresía, son de verdad. Porque ahorita estoy pasando momentos bien difíciles.
I told myself I'm not going to hitchhike again, but you know, push comes to shove, and you have no choice but to hitchhike because you have to get to another destination. What do? You hitchhike. Or you take the bus, but only buses go short distance, and then you have to find out another route for another bus, and then I just rather keep walking until I get a ride, and if they don't give me a ride, I keep walking. There are a lot of times I thought my feet were going to fall off. They were mushy as heck. Like jelly almost. Oh, exactly like jelly. Tender. Very tender.
Claro que es peligroso. Siempre llegaba, abría la puerta del apartamento, me ponía a cocinar, veía las novelas o veía todo lo que yo quisiera. Me sentía miedo vivir sola.
I was coming back from Fallon, Nevada to Las Vegas, Nevada, and I just got into town and the sun was going down. I was walking one of the alleyways, and up ahead of me there's a blue car, and around this blue car there's a black woman wiping the windshield. You know, I didn't think nothing of it. I look at the car and there's a black man sitting in the back seat. I thought that was kind of weird, but you know, who am I to judge, you know? So I get up closer, probably from here to that wall, and there was nobody around the car. The door was shut. It was totally silent. It was one of my weirdest, strangest experiences. Phenomenal.
Mi familia fueron, pero son. De ellos recibo ayuda de los cóstumes, que me conocen, que me dan $5, que me dan $10, que me dan ropa, porque nos han robado la ropa. Me robaron mi acta de nacimiento, mi ID de California, que tenía mi dinero. Sí, me ofrecen drogas, marihuana. A veces me dicen cosas feas, de como si no me quiero acostar con ellos. No. Mi fe la tengo en Dios. Yo respeto todas las religiones. Las respeto todas. No me gusta hablar de religión ni de política, porque toda la gente sale peleada y no, yo solamente creo en un Dios que en la Biblia dice su nombre, que es Jehová Dios y Jesucristo, nada más. Pero respeto todas las religiones, porque todos tenemos la misma sangre. Indios, americanos, de El Salvador, de Ecuador, de Guatemala, Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela.
I was on this bicycle with this trailer, and I could think in my mind, I'm gonna lose my hands and I'm gonna fall off this bike on the side of the road, or I'm gonna freeze to the bike, and that's how I'm gonna die if I don't do something quick. And I'm pedaling and pedaling. Finally, I pull over to where I think is a good spot to pitch my tent on the side of the road, you know. So I pitch my tent, and I take all my blankets out. I could barely pick anything up. In this case, I was literally doing the best I can, trying to pull all my stuff out so I could get warm. And I rolled my hands up in the blankets, and I'm screaming in agony and pain, and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm gonna lose my hands, because my hands were turning purple and black, and I was thinking to myself, what do I do? So I said, you know, I was there for like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess 30 minutes before I decided, the heck with this. This ain't working. I I ripped my blankets out of my tent. I put them back. You know, I didn't pack them neatly like I pulled them out, but I mean, I put them back on my trailer, and I broke down my tent, and I'm doing the best I can, trying to hold on to, you know, what I can to put it away. And this guy in a Lincoln pulls up, and he asked me what I'm doing out here at 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm trying to stay warm. He says, where are you coming from? I says, I'm coming from Oberlin, but before that, it was Fort Collins, Colorado. And he said, do you need a place to stay? I says, look at my hands. Do you think I'm going to lose them? He says, you need to, if you can manage, follow me down the hill, and I got a trailer I'll set you up in for the night, and I got a torch heater you can thaw your hands out, because they look pretty bad. And I wasn't sure if I was going to lose any of my fingers or what. I wasn't sure, you know, so I followed him the best I can, and things were falling off my trailer. I didn't even care, right? At this point in time, it's my life. My life's on the line, you know? So I'm riding down this hill. It's just icy, snowy, slushy, you know, and it was kind of snowing a little bit. It wasn't like pouring snow, but I mean, it was falling. And the guy, he stops, and so I'm trying to brake, and my hands aren't working that great, so I have to jump off the bike and kind of push back on my trailer, because and I was sliding. Of course, it was all icy, and I managed to stop. And he says, pull your bike into here, you know, and pull it in front of this trailer, and I'll set you up in here. I was like, okay. And I'm doing the best I can, dragging it through. I mean, this snow was like this deep, and I'm just barreling through it. You know what I mean? It was a mission. Let me tell you. I managed to do exactly what he said. I put the bike in the trailer along his trailer, and he opened up the door, and he says, "Come on in, and I'll bring you some food and a torch heater." He says, "I don't have to worry about you stealing, because you're not going to make it very far. If you do steal from me, you're not going to make it very far anyway if you was to leave anytime soon." I looked at him. I was like, I'm not a thief. I never steal from anybody. You know, when I was a little kid, I used to steal out of stores like candy bars, you know, minor stuff. But I never stole from friends or anybody, or anybody that I ever associated with or had in knowledge. I never stole from anybody. I'm not a thief. That's just not me. So, you know, he said, okay. So he brings in the torch heater, and he turns on the torch heater. He's freaking out because I stuck my hands completely in the torch heater with the flame shooting out this far. I mean, I was like this. And like, he's like, that doesn't hurt? I'm like, I don't know what hurts anymore. My hands are so cold. I feel like they're dead. He says, but I could smell your flesh cooking. I said, I can too. So I pull them out, and I'm looking at them. They're brown as heck, you know. They're turning, and I do like that, and they're starting to turn like a reddish color almost, and they start like 30 minutes later. All of a sudden, 45 minutes of pain starts racing up my veins. It was just amazingly painful. It was incredibly painful. I mean, I never had any suffering that bad in my whole life.
Yo ayudé a mucha gente. Yo ayudé a mucha gente, supuestamente mis amigas. Cuando ya perdí todo, lo único que fueron es agarrar lo que ellos querían de mis cosas. Alguna gente todavía vendí las cosas y no me han pagado.
Just last Sunday, I got jumped by a guy with a stick. He hit me. He had a great big old wooden spoon. You know that big fire that they had that was going on? supposedly it was a motel. I don't know about that, but it looked like a warehouse on fire. It was huge, right? So
Aquí le hicieron su de esta, mira.
so
Que tiene un chipote.
so I was making my way to see what was on fire because I wanted to be on TV, and be like, hey, I'm around some, I don't know, it's a fire. And then out of nowhere, I get whacked in the back of the head by this guy with a big stick, and the thing breaks over my head twice. And then I turn around to see who hit me, and I'm looking at this big white static with, it's like a bunch of staticky. My vision wasn't all there. And I asked the guy, why'd you hit me? And he didn't give me a specific answer. He just kept on coming toward me. I said, you're not going to hit me again with that. So I picked up some rocks, and he swung. He was gonna karate chop me this way with the stick. That would have killed me. Instead, I jumped back, and he got me in the chest. And this happened just right down the road off of Oxnard. Right there at, the Metro place where they sell all the metal? One of those roads up there. I have no idea why the guy hit me, but he kind of tried. He robbed me a little bit. He took my weed that I had. I don't care about that, but I thought he took my money, but I had $8, and my woman reminded me that I brought the cart back before I left again to go see what the fire was. So, I lost a little bit of memory, versus me getting hit in the head, It kind of sucked, but the Lord was with me. I didn't die. I cried out to the Lord Jesus, and I praised Him, gave Him glory, and I managed to walk out of there safely. No other harm was done to me. But, it did take a toll on me. I walked to the end of the road, and I passed out almost. It's like I fainted. I don't know how long I was out, but I remember waking up on the ground. And I was like, I just didn't understand why I got jumped, But it happened, and there's more than just that guy there, but nobody else hurt. They were watching off at a distance, and they didn't do nothing about it and help me or nothing. And yeah, that happened Sunday.
Ya, yo entiendo, por eso te digo, cuando iban a las donas que yo trabajaba ahí, las chinas putas cochinas no querían atenderlos, pero yo los atendía. Y eso fue mi recompensa, que ellos me respetan a mí. Y que saben quién fui, que saben quién soy. Conocí a niños chiquititos. Conocí mucha gente, que es la gente que me ha ayudado. Pero me ha ayudado Dios, Jehová Dios y Jesucristo. Ellos me han ayudado. Y así puedo apreciar.
Witness the Lord to other people, people that maybe don't know the Lord or doesn't believe in the Lord. Try persuade in a sense to where they're totally naive with their own self, and they're just lost souls. Trying to bring them to the Lord is tough, but it can be done, and the Lord rewards those that try to succeed in righteousness. And the Lord is, He's our Savior, of course. His name's Jesus.
Unas cosas las regalé, otras cosas las vendí en $20. Otras cosas las aguardé, pero ¿de qué me sirvió guardarlas si estaba viviendo en la calle? Más bien estoy viviendo en la calle y me robaron todo. Todas mis cosas. ¿Para qué?
God is Jehovah. He's the Almighty. He's the Son of God. He came down from heaven as an example to us of how we should live. And Revelations 14 talks about the 144,000. And then Revelation 16 talks about the 7 bowls of God's wrath. And Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, for I shall not be in want. He makes me lay down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me for all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen.
A veces en la basura me encuentro jeringas de que se están inyectando, me encuentro pañales de la gente, marihuana, cervezas, todo eso. La gente te humilla, te dice no vengas, no esto, pero ellos no saben lo que uno siente.
Sometime I would have got stuck on the mountain for the whole winter, homeless. I would have probably frozen, died, and all that. But like I said again, Jesus was there for me. He got me out of these situations. Jesus pulled me out, and He. I'm a firm believer in the Lord. That's who saved me. I miss my fishing. Born and raised fishing. I love fishing. It's my favorite hobby. I mean, I've done a lot of hitchhiking. I've done enough hitchhiking to last a lifetime. Calluses the size of your thumb.